Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for another hunt. Today it's a pretty beautiful day. Like, look at this. Ow, ow! You can see the sunshine coming through. There's still some leaves left on the tree. But even though it's beautiful outside, it is not great for the deer hunting. Although it is a little bit cooler today than it has been. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the rut. Like, we're maybe just a day or two or three away from the rut really kicking in. The bucks are already making rubs. They're already hitting scrapes. They're already starting to like check the does. I will be archery hunting tonight out of my saddle on public land here in Pennsylvania. And the last time I hunted this spot, I saw so many does. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I already filled my doe tag for Pennsylvania. So I can only hunt bucks and bears right now. That's it. That's all I have. We are, however, going pheasant hunting tomorrow with sweet Abby girl. I don't know where she is. That's Miley. I don't know where Abby is. I'm really excited about tonight though, because I like the sunshine and I like the slightly warmer weather. Like, for me, it's very welcomed. I don't know. It's gonna be fun and more comfortable to sit. Oh, there's the girl. Pheasant hunter. She'll be out there rocking it tomorrow. Oh, not yet, but very soon. Good girl. This is the deer that I killed 2 years ago. This deer was also shot 2 years ago. I shot that one last year. Nick shot that one last year. I'm really happy with the way that one turned out. I think it is so cool. We took inspiration from this, and I'm like, I feel like I say this a lot. I'm like, oh, I'm not that into taxidermy, but actually, maybe I kind of am. This is the first velvet buck that Nick had ever shot, and it was in Utah, and the taxidermist there created this gorgeous mount. That and just the old school deer camp, Pennsylvania kind of mount, that's what inspired that. Since I'm just giving you a taxidermy tour now, I'll keep going. This is the turkey I shot in Pennsylvania last year. This is the Osceola I shot 2 years ago. I did not mount the Osceola that I shot this year yet. That is still in the freezer in our home in Florida. This big beauty was the bear that Nick shot many years ago at this point. What else? What else? We went axis hunting, I think last year, 2 years ago. There's some axis deer sheds up there that I think are so cool. They're pretty whitewashed, but we were just so excited because axis deer have these incredible antlers. I was just hunting for a doe, but we took some of the sheds off the ranch that we were hunting on. So those are cool. Oh, here's an antelope that Nick shot. Check out its antler. It's not an antler, it's a horn. It must have been shot at some point. Nick did not get back the taxidermy from the bear he shot last year yet. For everything else, we've got, well, for pretty much everything else, we've just got a bucket. So we have some mule deer in here, lots of whitetail in there. So I think the consensus is I love the memento, like the memory that comes with taxidermy, even though I don't want, like, I don't want my home to have stuff like this everywhere per se, but here at hunting camp, it is so cool and it should be everywhere. Anyways, I gotta get ready to hunt. Didn't know why we got on such a tangent. Oh wait, one more thing to show you. Here we have a little mason jar full of turkey feathers from a bunch of different turkeys, and a pheasant feather from a pheasant that sweet Abby girl got.
The wind was really working with me tonight. I was able to walk in a way that the wind was in my face the whole time. And I felt like I really avoided all of the areas where I think the deer could be bedding. I didn't knowingly bump anything, which is also cool because I feel like I'm notorious for bumping deer on my way in. Just always bumping does constantly. Sometimes bucks too. I feel ready too. I feel very focused. Perfectly upwind of me. I don't know how she didn't smell me. Like even right now, she's still perfectly upwind from me.
It is about 9 o'clock on Halloween. Halloween is just so classically buck night, buck tag filling night. Nick and I are about to go look for his buck. A buck that he just shot. He went hunting tonight. Basically, he was in his saddle and a beautiful whitetail buck appeared right underneath him. He was watching another buck chasing does off in the distance, around 80 to 100 yards away from him. He was so fixated on them that he did not notice this beautiful buck that just appeared underneath him. Reached for his bow, got his bow, allowed the deer to walk past him and start to walk away from him until he had a quartering away shot. How far of a distance?
30.
About 30 yards. And he saw his arrow hit the deer, fly through the deer, and then he watched the deer run off. And then he blacked out. And had to just put his head against the tree and try and contain himself. And that feeling is unreal. But for real, he shot a buck and did not see it fall, which is why it's now 9 o'clock and we're just going out to look for him. Because the shot was far back, he decided to come out immediately. So we're going back in right now. It's gonna be a long night.
Pretty sure I shot him between these two trees.
So, where do you think you shot him?
Could have been right out in here.
Nick found blood.
Doesn't look that bad actually.
That looks great. All right. The good news is Nick has found some blood and it's looking like pretty good blood. So right now we are going to first focus on trying to find the arrow and then we're going to follow the blood trail. Got lots of good blood. Especially like this one I think looks really good to me. There's like a chunk, almost like it's a chunk of a lung or something. All right, Nick just marked the point of impact with some orange.
More right here. More right here. More right here. Wow, it's hard to see.
You're right here. Oh, on this. Oh yeah, look at how high up that is.
Where's that?
I mean, it's all the way up to there.
Yeah. Oh, there's this little fern right
Oh,
here.
nice. Yep. A little bit more right here. Oh, man. Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God, you're crazy. He was dead the moment you shot him.
Wow, look at that exit wound. Holy.
He's 20 inches wide. Oh, he's been dead for a while.
If he was quartering away, I guess you probably did shoot him a little far back,
Yeah.
and then that's where it came out in the front. Whoa. Oh my, he is so wide. That was funny how the blood trail was getting like hotter and hotter, and it was like, oh.
He just filled up.
Yep.
It's so cool.
creepy is that on Halloween?
Woo! All right, we just took a couple pictures. It is time to gut this big boy. Nick's gonna gut him.
Gloves are going on.
Yep.
You know, this actually is what changed it for me. I didn't know that you were supposed to put the latex gloves on top of like the elbow gloves.
Yeah.
And it really does give you a lot more dexterity than...
So you can move and you don't get blood all the way up.
Yeah.
How would you do it the other way around?
I just never knew. Like, I was literally just dumb. I just didn't know that was even like an option.
You better be careful.
Not bad. Not bad. Although your shoes...
It's awful.
I know. I know.
Well,
It's okay.
it is okay.
It's all good.
That boy is heavy.
Yeah.
Super heavy. Whew. I swore I wouldn't do this again. Really need to start quartering them.
Yeah. Girl, what is that? Girl! Aw, Miley. There you go, Miley. Good girl, Miley. Good girl. Oh, she's excited. Aw, Miley, we'll pull him out for you, huh? Good girl. We have a deer hanger right here by the fire that we're gonna use to weigh the deer because it gets as tall as we need it to. So we'll be able to get an official weight on the deer. But we need to rinse out the inside of the deer because that was like the grossest, smelliest gut job I've ever seen. The arrow basically went through his whole body. Stinky. So we need to be able to hose it out. So we have this bad boy that literally goes into the front hitch on this beautiful Quigley bumper, which you can't see because of the sick lights. But this is where we're gonna hang the deer because the hose reaches over here. So we'll be able to really rinse him out. And I just cracked a beer, and Nick just cracked a beer. It's about to be a celebration. If we flash back to my doe, I way overestimated my doe. I feel like this deer is a...
I'm doing 150, 157.
157 for you. I'm gonna go...
Dressed 157.
I'm going 142.
He smells like a buck.
Okay, he's not completely off the ground. There we go. Wow!
Heaviest bucket.
Heaviest bucket camp officially.